There was an ADOS dude named Bill something. Bill the Icon.
Bringing up all the dirty laundry.
So yeah, just tapping in with another disturbing case out of Virginia Beach involving a man named Beale. He took the lives of three people. One was his girlfriend, Czavi'er Hill. He also killed a man by the name of Clifton Baxter, who was a father figure to Beale. And he also killed his cousin, Downing Mclean, in Norfolk, Virginia. And, you know, I listened to some of his jailhouse confession in which he spoke to some local news reporters. I'll show some of that video in a moment, in which he said he wanted to give his side of the story because people who do the types of things that he's done rarely get to tell their side of the story. And he gives an unrepentant explanation for his actions. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and get into that. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back to Dirty Laundry Media. So yeah, let's get into the case. 30-year-old Beale.
Beale, the man who admitted to killing 3 people in Hampton Roads, had his first court appearance today.
Charged with killing Czavi'er Hill and Clifton Baxter in Virginia Beach, as well as Downing Mclean in Norfolk. Eugene Daniel has the latest.
Beale asked for a public attorney in Virginia Beach court today, and an attorney raised questions about Beale's mental state. Beale in court for the first time after a manhunt led to his arrest. Facing a judge virtually, Beale listened to the charges against him in connection to the killings of 3 people in the span of a few days. In 2 jailhouse interviews with 13 News Now, Beale confessed to shooting and killing his girlfriend, Czavi'er Hill, and Clifton Baxter, who Beale says basically raised him. Both killed inside their Virginia Beach homes. Beale also admitted to killing his cousin, Downing Mclean, in Norfolk. In our interview, he said he felt no remorse and he planned to kill more people had police not arrested him.
I definitely would have got out and let out some more steam.
From jail Thursday, Beale said he is ready to accept any consequence from the courts. A public defender told 13 News Now that an attorney will meet with Beale in the next few days. Based on that meeting, that attorney could ask the court for a mental evaluation, which would likely take place before Beale's preliminary hearing. 13 News Now asked if Beale thought he was sane. Here's what he had to say.
To be in a sound mind right now is not even, because all I'm doing right now, I keep seeing flashbacks of everything, like everything when I did it.
His preliminary hearing is on June 2nd, and Beale is due in court in Norfolk next Tuesday for the death of his cousin. In Virginia Beach, Eugene Daniel, 13 News Now.
So yeah, and again, this is very reminiscent of the case from a few months ago. Ariana Reed. You can see I did about 3 or 4 videos in which her ex-boyfriend and her child's father, Lavelle Huddleston, he also took a leap off the deep end, shot and killed Ariana Reed. He shot and killed another person who was on the scene, I believe, who was coming to her aid. I think he shot maybe 3 or 4 people. And then he took his own life. But this brother here, Beale, did not take his life. In fact, said he was going to take more lives. And, this is, to me, just a sign of the times. A lot of brothers dealing with a lot of mental health issues, emotional issues, and, no real skills or tools in which to deal with these issues when they arise. I'm not sure of his background. They did mention that his father was also found guilty of murdering his wife some years ago. And this brother here was also convicted on a sexual assault a few years back, in which he was on probation for. And this here is going to be his jailhouse confession. It's very long. I'm probably going to skim through it. But just wanted to take a peek into his mind state. Again, he said he wanted to give his side of the story, as people in his position rarely get the chance. Many times people who do these things usually end up taking their own lives. And in some rare cases, suicide by cop.
Can you hear me clear? Because most of the times when people see something happen like this, the person that do it don't ever get to tell their side of the story.
Your girlfriend and burn her house down?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
So in the beginning, everything was good.
So he goes ahead right off the top and admits to shooting his girlfriend and burning the house down with her body inside. And he's going to talk about why.
And our life was good, but the whole reason they kind of switched it up was like a week ago, when her parents tried to get involved in our relationship and tried to turn her away from me, or like ask about me and how I provide for her, when I was providing very well. And it just made her like start to act different. I had been there with her for almost what, 15 months, 16 months. And they had never like came to check on her. I only seen them come to check on her like twice out of like almost what, a year and a half. And I had been there for her emotionally, physically, and spiritually, but it was like when she tried to move on to the next chapter in her life, when her mom asked, like, how would he provide? Now that you about to get a good job, how would he provide? I was getting ready to launch a business. I didn't just up and just wake up and do this. Had y'all had problems before? We had no problems at all. This was a build-up of just us taking a whole week. We had been in the house together for almost a year trying to get our business plans together.
So apparently, much of this time that they spent together may have been during the lockdowns and the quarantine. He said they were holed up in the house for about 15 to 16 months, and it doesn't appear that either one of them was working. He said that they had plans, or he had plans to start a business, but I do know for a fact that Miss Hill, Czavi'er Hill, was in fact a college graduate, was in fact a young entrepreneur. Apparently she had a branding business, or strategic branding business, very active in her local church as well. And looks like she was, on her way, making her way, forging her path, and doing what she needed to do. He claims that they were happy until her parents or her mom began to make inquiries into how was Mr. Beale providing for Miss Hill. And another thing, she was apparently about to start a very good job. And one thing I do know is in relationships, a lot of times, lack of finances can definitely create tension, especially when you're living together. And if you already have a delicate state of mind, then, certain pressures, as they say, can definitely bust pipes. And it looks like for some reasons or other reasons, this brother had reached a breaking point.
They figured out a workout plan, a dieting plan, a financing plan. We had everything laid out. I even helped her get her business launched and sat there with her while she was trying to get her business put together, when she had to actually run a church, go to college, take care of herself when she was sick, and also make sure that her parents was good. So at that time, I was helping her hold all the weight.
So at what point did you have a breaking point
I had the breaking point when her mom kept calling and she was crying like, so what is he gonna do? Like, I'm sorry, like you messing with her head now. I'm in here trying to build a foundation with her and y'all over this side. So when she was getting ready to start her new job, it was like her attitude started to switch because she listening to them, but they don't know she was crying and on the floor and everything before she even talked to them. So now I'm trying to build a foundation over here with her. Y'all trying to come over here and build, but y'all never coming over. Y'all never actually putting in, and she's never telling y'all what I'm actually doing for her, so it makes it seem like I'm not providing at all. Because her attitude started to come out, because so much was going on, her attitude started to lash out. But then also had things I was dealing with at the time too. It's not just one thing you're dealing with when you just snap. It's not that. It's other things in life I was dealing with. I was wearing a sex charge that I had no involvement with, but my family told me to wear it just because I pleaded guilty to come home. But they didn't want me to clear my name or to face the person so I can clear my name. They wanted me to wear it. So I was also dealing with.
So there's another wrinkle to the situation. Cola Beale was again dealing with a sexual assault conviction, and I believe it was against a minor. So I can't imagine. He was also on probation. I can't imagine that it was easy for him to get a job anywhere with a fresh sexual assault conviction and having to be registered as a sex offender is definitely going to limit your options, limit your movement, and definitely place a heavy financial burden on you because, you know, he's on probation, so he's probably paying some monthly maintenance fees and the like. So the pandemic hit, nobody's working. These pandemic checks were few and far in between. So yeah, perfect storm. And, you know, I'm well aware that his brother's not going to get any sympathy at this point after the things that he's done. That's not what I'm here to provide. I'm not judge, jury, nor executioner. I don't know the facts of the case. I'm just, you know, we're here listening to this brother give his side of the story. There's always two sides, maybe three sides to a story. So, you know, it's just interesting to me in this case that we actually get to hear someone after. There was a brother, I believe, back in January or so. I can't remember his name off top. I'll post it in the edit. But he also went off the deep end. An older brother, professional brother who had been dealing with an ex-wife, a contentious custody situation in which I believe some lies were told on him in the court, as he explained from his side. Again, in this case, he actually lashed out, killed his current girlfriend who was pregnant and was threatening him with, you know, child custody battles and the like that he had and was currently experiencing with his ex-wife. So he killed her. She was with child. Then he proceeded to hop on live outside of his wife's residence, explain what he had just done and what he was about to do. He was going to go and finish his ex-wife off, and then he was going to take his own life. And she came out the house. He stopped recording and followed her in, and he killed her and himself. And you know, in that case, we had a short explanation in the midst of him committing his crimes. But in this case, again, we get what seems to be a very lucid, candid, and honest confession from Cola Beale. So very interesting indeed.